it's me. And today I am resuming one of my long lost series. When's the last time I did a video like this? Shut up. Sorry. So the last time I did this was February 2021. I'm doing the third video in the Fixing My Old Artwork series. I just was in the mood for doing some drawing and I remembered the series. I'm like, oh, that series, let me do it again. I'm a brilliant storyteller, you know? That's just something about me.
You get used to it.
Brilliant. Can you hear that candle burning? It's like... I think I mentioned in the past that I only have artwork from like 10 up. I don't have any of like my really little kid artwork because my mom still has all of my really young artwork. She has the ownership and rights to that. But I have a friend to bring in. Don't get excited. It's not a real friend. Let me get it. This. Whoa! She has had this forever. All these memory boxes from preschool, kindergarten, first grade, 1994 to 98. So that's like babyhood. I'm old. People like to act like they're detectives when they figure out my age. But I'm 27, so let's not act like we're detectives. We all know I'm 27. Let's look at the babyhood stuff. I gotta see this. Oh boy. I can't even tell what that is. That looks like an apple, maybe? Do we have anything that makes sense? Mariah's pre-K orientation. I drew a rainbow. What are these colors? Oh my gosh. That's me at Chuck E. Cheese. Looking like I'm just having a blast. Oh, the battery's dead. Of course it is. Ah! Excuse me. Stupid. Okay. Oh, look at this. I drew a banana. This is kind of beautiful in a way, but also we don't need to reinvent masterpieces. Scribbles are not gonna be that helpful. Are we gonna go back in? Let's check some art from, oh, this one's heavy. Aha, here we go. Party in the jungle with the rainbow. You know, there's a lion. That's a monkey. It's not bad. Did I write this story? It's an option. Oh, there's this one. It's a flower, it's a rainbow, it's a sun. Maybe I could spruce it up a little bit, make something of it. What is this one? A sun, a rainbow, trees. What is this animal? Could be a horse. Not so much into that one. Okay. A sun, a rainbow, and flowers. A sun, a rainbow, flowers. Dude, you drew the same stuff over and over again. I still gotta do that. What about this stuff? It's a man with a yellow necklace.
I don't want to draw that.
Oh, interesting. This is different. It appears to be a hedgehog. It's got this funky like pattern border. Is there potential here? Gosh, this is terrifying. I'm trying to label things here clearly, but it kind of looks like she's in some sort of torture chamber. I thought that my baby artwork would be easier to recreate than like my teen or preteen artwork, but actually this is like way harder. This is my best option, the hedgehog. I'm gonna put my heart and soul into the recreation drawing for this. So let's get into that. All right, and here's our lovely victim. Actually, looking at this artwork, I think I'm the real victim here. Let's review it, shall we? Art critique mode, here we go. Our main subject is this beautiful hedgehog, complete with one very small eye and 3 very round feet. Those are his wheels. This hedgehog exists in a very boxy sunset background. Is this a sunset? Kind of, I think. I'm noticing lots of smudgy little fingerprints. Next we have to, what in the world are those? One thing I can say about them is that they exist. And all of this captured in a lovely frame of red blobs. No, wait, they're mittens. It looks to be a stamp of some sort. I had a mitten stamp? How can I possibly top this mastery of form and color? I can only try. Bringing out my sketchbook, and let's flip to the next available page. There are quite a few of them. I'm gonna be 200 before I finish the sketchbook. Now the thing is, I'm gonna modify this drawing quite a bit, clearly, because there are things in here that I'm not even able to identify. So I definitely have to do quite a lot of reinterpreting. So I lightly sketched out a baby hedgehog. Baby me drew an adult hedgehog, and adult me drew a baby hedgehog. And this baby hedgehog is in a basket, which may seem very drastically different from the original, and it kind of is, but I can explain, okay? Once the sketch is well in hand, it's time to start considering the color scheme. So I'm trying to match these colors, and it's really starting to dawn on me that this color scheme is just absolutely hideous. The most hideous of the hideousness. I truly hate these colors, but I've got to keep the same color scheme. You know, it's probably necessary for preserving the essence of this masterpiece, but I'm gonna forget about it for now and focus on the outline. I don't particularly enjoy the process of outlining. I have a really hazardous tendency to rush through it and just try to get it over with, but I really wanted this to be good. Okay, I'm gonna be vulnerable for a second. I really wanted this to be good. Truly, I did. So I really did take my time trying to be neat, trying to be precise. However, despite my caution, I managed to make a critical mistake. Somehow, I forgot to draw the ears completely. Like zero. No ears. This is what I get. Okay, this is payback for all the ears that I've removed. Now they haunt me. I don't know how I did this, okay? Even 7-year-old me did not make this mistake. By the time I realized, I'd already drawn a whole bunch of texture in that area, so I kind of had to squeeze it in there. Excuse me, can we just make room for an ear right here real quick? It's not the best ear. Clearly it was an afterthought, but still, it is an ear. Let's celebrate that. I do want to take a quick break to show you my mini plushie series. These are a bunch of my favorite characters in carnival theme. They are available on my website in sets of 3 and 4, so you can choose your favorite set, or hey, go all out and collect all of them. Just wanted to let you guys know. Let's go back to art. Now the outline is done. I'm pretty happy with it, minus the afterthought and the wonky curvature of this basket. I'm gonna try to fix that later. For now, I'm bringing it into Procreate because I'm still trying to wrap my head around this color scheme. I thought it may be a little easier to experiment digitally because I am struggling to see this grouping of colors as anything other than hideous, but I'm sure they don't have to be hideous, right? Like there must be some way to make these same colors look nice together, right? Of course. Right? I can do that, right? No, this is absolutely hideous. Despite my testing phase being horrifying, I'm gonna proceed and just hope for the best. Starting with my watercolors, and I'm gonna start by trying to recreate the sunset nonsense. I definitely noticed that the paper quality in the sketchbook is subpar, especially after getting spoiled using that rich paper recently on my coloring book page. The paper is definitely getting a little bit chewed up and blending is not being very cute, but I'm trying to just deal with it. I went traditional for the hedgehog colors. I don't think injecting any funky colors here is a good idea considering the situation. For the blanket, I went with this nice emerald green. There's not going to be as much visible green grass like the original, so I decided to make the blanket serve as the big green element. And then the boxing gloves. Mittens. I decided to try and be clever, and instead of having random mittens, I just put the mittens on the hedgehog. However, I did not consider how much red mittens would look like boxing gloves. She's gonna tear you up! Since I originally thought that the mittens were just red blobs, I decided to give the hedgehog a big bow with a red blob pattern that looks a lot like that blue frame. And this is where the watercolor left me. We've got some work to do. Well, me does. Okay, let me try to fix this. And I'm just gonna go to town, filling in the bolder color, adding the shading, giving it more depth. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised that little me, not to be confused with mini me, that's my daughter. Since I don't share her real name on the internet, you guys wanted to give her a nickname, and the winner, based on the comment section of my last Q&A, is Mini Me, and that is now officially what we will call her. Back to my original thought, I'm surprised that my child self chose to draw a hedgehog. Hedgehogs are really more trendy and cool now. Everyone loves them now, but I don't remember anyone really caring about them back when I was a kid. They were just kind of like less relevant, sort of melted version of a porcupine. Okay. I don't know. Once I filled in the eyes, I noticed how sharp they look. I do try to soften it a little bit later, but for now, I'm just going to allow myself to be stared at by her. I'm being pierced. It may not seem like it, but I spent hours shading this. I'm trying to create something completely out of my imagination, but I'm also at the same time trying to make it look somewhat real, and that is hard. This basket was the bane of my existence. Normally, I would not sign up for drawing something this intricate and repetitive. I see something like this, and I'm like, just immediately, no, not gonna do it. But she needed a little basket, which, oh, by the way, almost forgot to mention, the basket I brought in to replace these whatever the hecks. They kind of look like some sort of vessel, so I thought, basket. And I can use the same colors on the basket, and yes, that'll be swell. So each element of the original drawing, it's all here, okay? It's just either moved or repurposed. Getting to this point, I'm not digging the sunset. I almost like the original better. So I'm going over that again and seeing if I can polish it up a little bit. I basically just made it a whole lot brighter, which may or may not have helped. Finally, this is the point where I worked on softening that face a little bit, looking a little more babyish. I also added some white stars and glitter, because when in doubt, stars and glitter. Here is the final result. From this to this. This is about a 20-year difference right here. Does it look like 20 years of improvement? I don't know, honestly. Possibly not. It's definitely not perfect. I see all kinds of flaws that are currently bugging me. Wonky basket, boxing gloves, and why do I feel like she needs eyebrows? Given the circumstances and my current skill level, I think this is decent. Can't say I'm absolutely 1000% satisfied, but I'll give myself a good clap. Okay. Good effort. Thank you. Regardless of how beautiful the art is, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye.